Hello, welcome to Compilation Night for the Bright of the Abundance Moon. We're looking at a very complicated and unlikely reading. The card that was picked for the first night was Judgment, number 8. It reminds us that peace is based in sound judgment. And to that judgment, you and I must bring justice, which is a sense of knowing what has happened, what the consequences are for those things happening. We must be clear how to balance those scales. But in the other direction, the Möbius entices us towards grace. Grace seeks to understand the root of the transgression, asking questions and building bridges back to community and the people transgressed against. Grace breaks souls open for peace. And the second night, which we were asked to celebrate, was learning. And when shouldn't we be celebrating learning? There's always more to learn. Information changes quickly. An open mind keeps us agile and deepens our understanding. Do we need to spend time learning more about our passions? Or perhaps new and different things? So many ways of learning. One is facts. Facts are a consistently evolving way of learning. They are not, as we have hoped for so many years, something you could just say, and that's a fact, and I'm going to lean on it forever. No. Stories, which is the other direction of the Möbius, answer questions about the truths of who we are and what we value. When new facts come to light, we must change our stories to reflect these new truths and to answer new questions. Stories connect truths of who we are and what we value. When new facts come to life, how do we learn to tell stories differently? How do we learn to ask new questions because there are more facts on their way? The third question, though, which is a committal for the Bright of the Moon, which I think is really fascinating because it was intervention. And often when we see intervention, what I'm going to ask us all to do is just sit down, wait till both the chaos and the emptiness pass. But tonight we're doing something differently. And what we are asked to do is to understand what is our tool and how we will intervene, because we are at a point in our country, in the world, in our personal lives, where we need intervention. We need to make things different. We need to not simply accept what is, but understand how we can help make things better, how we can help make things different. If you remember, I know you remember, I always say, peace is a different road entirely, and it goes off in another direction, and there's always a great place to stop for lunch. But if we're being prohibited from walking in the direction of peace, then we need to intervene. And we are strong enough and smart enough and good enough peacemakers that we can do that. So why shouldn't we? Our world, our country, needs our support. Thank you for joining me for the Bright of the Abundant Moon. If you liked what I had to say, please comment, please follow, please share. There's so much more to see at AnnKeelerEvans.org. And Facebook at Ann Keeler Evans. You could follow me at Substack and at Instagram. I wish you salam, shalom, shanti, peace, and blessed be. Blessed be to all of us throughout this confusing but transforming year. How do I know it's going to be transforming? Because we're going to intervene. I'll talk to you next month.